Hey, how's it going? Narrative Mindsetters. This your boy GT. You finally get a chance to put a face to the episode, so that's a good thing. Um, Today is Saturday. They're having Wilbur Dream Cruise today. I was thinking I might go over there real quick. I just this morning I was just trying to relax, and I wasn't really. I got sick for a minute. I don't know what that was. Ran to the store earlier because I get these waters. They're called thirst quenchers from Myers, and I usually go and get those, and I keep them because I'm a diabetic, so I don't I don't eat a lot of sugar. I mean, I had to cut way down just because of that. I can eat sugar, but I have to kind of balance it out. So I drink those. I don't drink any juice, nothing else, just those. So that worked out pretty good. I got my exercise in today too because I was slacking a little bit on my exercise and on my diet also. So I it ended up getting I think I ended up getting an hour of biking. So I usually do about a half hour, but today I said, well, I'll do an hour today. So I can make up for not doing it yesterday, and I'm supposed to do it tomorrow. So I got that done. That felt pretty good. You know, I thought about taking a nap. I said, this is my. I'm trying to get the most out of out of my weekend because if you've been listening to previous episodes, I have the new job. I got my weekends off. I got my afternoons off. And so far, it's been going pretty decent. Um, I haven't been put on my own yet. I've been with somebody. I haven't been put on my own, so we'll see how that goes. I've been working with a few people, kind of, getting a feel for everybody and what they're doing and that kind of thing. So we'll see how that goes. But I mean, it's going pretty good. They hired a couple new guys, and one made it, one didn't. Um, but besides that, everything is going pretty good. Something else I did was my setup. I have a booth. I have a booth right here. It's behind my computer. I'll show it to you here real quick. It's right. You can kind of see it right here. It's one of those Amazon uh sound booths, and I also have a. Let me see if you can see it. Uh, it's right. It's right next to this light. It's a Rodecaster Pro 2 over there, right next to my computer. It's like my computer is right here, and then the Rodecaster is like right there on this little. It's a food tray that I wasn't using, so I said, okay, I can just take this stuff and put it on top of that. But what I ended up doing, I ended up thinking about it, and I said, you know what? I can put a mic outside the booth, and I can do I can do a actual video podcast when I'm not doing my other one. My other podcast is stuff you should think about. It's just it's a bite that gives bite size episodes about stuff you really never think about. Like, what does how policing works or how electricity works or how that kind of stuff you really never think about. And that's why it's called stuff you should think about. If you get a chance, hey, go check it out. And if you like what you hear in the episodes, then uh make sure you follow. This podcast, the narrative mindset. This is just kind of a narrative mindset off the top of my head. Just my point of view is not it's not in gold. Nothing is in gold that I say, and it's just my point of view. Um, I think with the video, I think it gives you a chance to kind of see me and see, kind of, get a little bit of a feel for who I am. I don't know. I think it's more engaging than the audio podcast and everything. So it works out pretty good. And I got a whole crap load of cords right here, right behind my computer because I'm using the camera off my computer. A my computer is sitting on a chair on a just a regular folding chair or whatever. So it's like a little bit of a setup, but you can't really tell. Um, as you can see in the back of me, this is my bedroom and everything like that. So I mean, you could say that I'm getting maximum use out of my space and everything. So I mean that works out pretty good. And hey, I hope everybody's day is going pretty good. I hope you're out enjoying yourself. I hope you're, doing what you want to do. I probably, if you're in Detroit, if you're, a lot of people are at the Woodward Dream Cruise. That's definitely a uh, nice thing to go see, to kind of ride in. It just gives everybody a chance to get out that has a vehicle that they want to bring out and just be a part of something. It's nobody's, in my eyes, nobody's better than anybody else. It's guys driving Lamborghinis, guys driving rat rides, guys driving old trucks. You know, I have a Mustang 2021. Got a lot of guys with those, a lot of guys with Corvettes, just all kinds of stuff. Box Chevys, all kinds of stuff. I believe this the biggest car meetup in the world, I believe. But it's definitely an exciting thing that you really don't have to be a part of any type of a club or anything to be in it. You just show up, get in traffic, or you show up early and get a spot over to the side on the road and everything, and then and just enjoy the show. So it's uh definitely an exciting experience. Definitely an exciting experience. And for me, you know, I'm pretty sure other people do this too, but I don't really drive my Mustang much. So it gives me a chance to get it out and take it to something that I always wanted to be a part of because I always wanted to, number one, be able to afford a car payment on a car that I wanted. Never thought about being able to afford a a car, like, kinda like a toy that I could take out every weekend or whatever. Um, and, it after that, never really thought of it being a sports vehicle. So I'm definitely proud of myself for that. I was thinking about that the other day, thinking about how far I've come, you know, and, how appreciative I am of that because I'm from Kalamazoo, Michigan, which is it's very, very comfortable, very, very comfortable. And, you end up wasting a lot of time because you spend a lot of time just hanging out with friends and that type of thing. It's a lot of wasted free time. So when I moved here to Detroit, you have to do things intentionally because you're in the city. So when I moved here, there was a lot of things that unintentionally I changed because of the environment. You have to change them. I never thought I would be driving 30 minutes to work. When I used to drive, I think it was a little bit over a mile, took me 5 minutes driving, 15 minutes walking, and everything like that. And I moved here, you know, all the jobs that I've had were, you know, at the most, I think it was, at the most, I think it was probably uh, about 40 minutes. The job I have now is about 35 minutes, so around in that range somewhere. Um, it's quite a ways away. There's no walking to any of these jobs. It's just definitely some distance between you and these other places. So those are good things. And what else was I gonna say? When I moved here to Detroit, it was like, I kind of reminisce on those times when I was in Kalamazoo because I used to, you go out to your friend's house, go hang out, go sit around, watch traffic, yada yada yada. And it's a lot of when you look at it, it's a lot of wasted time. So that really doesn't sit well, when you reflect back on it because your life should have a purpose and you should be working towards that purpose, every chance you get. You have normal time off and time to sit down and time to do this, that, and the other, but you should also be working towards where you're trying to get to, I believe. And like I said, it's not set in stone. That's just my personal uh view on it, because I take advice from people like D.L. Hughley. He said, "Hey, if a man got time to dance, he got too much time on his hands." I take his advice because he is where I aspire to be. He's the kind of person I aspire to be somewhat like. I don't want to be exactly him. I'm not trying to copy him, but I'm using his moves and his success and his this, that, and the other as motivation for me to get further in life and continue to grow. And if I can take, the little tidbits of information from him and some other people, then fine, I'll take it and, use it as motivation in my own life. And it helps me grow. But I think I was telling you all about my setup. Uh, Sorry to skip around, but back to my setup. My setup is outside my booth. I have SM7DB here. I have two Simtrex 528Es. One I have running through this microphone. The other one is running through my microphone that's inside my booth, which is a MV7 Plus. And the booth is padded, so it kills all reflections. So that's a good thing. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm surprised that this microphone sounds the way it does outside of my booth. I mean, that's really surprising. But on the other hand, you got to remember that I do have a Semtrex 528 connected to it, so that makes it the Semtrex 528 shapes it, and I have the motive mix. I have it running through the motive mix also because the motive mix is in my computer, so that helps also. But I don't know why I feel like I'm tired. I don't know what that's all about. But if I can fight, you know, this feeling of, I'm on my weekend and I want to relax, then I'll go get in my car and get out there and take a small stroll through the through the Woodward Dream Cruise or whatever and see how that goes. But I wanted to get on here and make my first video so you all could see me and see you can see this setup. This is the my outside the booth setup. I can't do videos inside my booth because my computer is outside of my booth. So inside of my booth, I just have there's a monitor that I bought that's it basically shows everything that's on my laptop, and then I have a wireless keyboard and a mic and that type of thing inside of my booth, so I can record in there and I can operate my computer, but I can't do videos. So that's why I came out here and set this up just today. I thought about it and you know set it up so I could set it up so I could, basically make more use of all of this equipment that I have because if you listen to my episode, I have a lot of equipment, that a lot of it I don't even use. I bought it and then I upgraded pretty much, and now it's just kind of sitting over in the corner. I put it back in the box and now sitting over in the corner, with everything else. Uh, and while I'm on that subject, this microphone right here was sitting with a bunch of other stuff in the box because I wasn't using it. And I had a thought today to do an outside recording setup. And then that's when I pulled this mic out, hooked it up and everything. And then I thought about it and I said, well, I got two Semtrex 528Es. I could use the other one and hook it up to this mic. I got two of them. One is hooked up for the mic inside the booth. One is hooked up for the mic outside the booth. So while I'm recording, I can do videos and everything, and I can run it off of that. It's still running through my Rodecaster Pro 2, but I get a better sound through the Semtrex 528E than I do with the Rodecaster Pro 2. So, either or, not to bore you or anything like that, but it does sound a lot better outside of my booth and doing a video with it. Now, don't get me wrong, the MV7 Plus is what I highly recommend. Highly recommend it. So, if you're gonna do anything and you're a home podcaster, go with the MV7 Plus and a Semtrex 528E. I wouldn't bother with all that new stuff, things of that nature, you know. And if you happen to find, I mean, you're gonna find a couple duds also, but if you happen to find two good Semtrex 528Es, then that's a plus because now you're now you have a for like maybe $100, $120, you have a great voice processor, you know, and you're not dealing with these new age uh mixers and stuff. So I'm just not a fan of them. Um because they don't make, I think I was talking to Copilot, they don't make channel strips anymore. So I mean you're stuck using this new age stuff in which they're trying to sell you um they're trying to sell you a dream pretty much. So you just have to kind of be careful with that. And you get suckered in, but it happens. It happened to me with a couple things with plugins. It happened with the Rodecaster Pro 2, which is a great piece of equipment, but I'm not really a fan of the processing. You know, that's why I have the Centrex 528E running through it. So it's only being used as a connection to my computer. That's it. I'm not using anything else on it. So, but hey, I appreciate you tuning in to the Narrative Mindset podcast. I'm your host, GT. If you enjoyed this episode, hey, follow the podcast, leave a comment, let me know how you feel, let me know what you want to talk about. Hey, give me your point of view in the comments and become part of this podcast family and help this podcast grow. I would really appreciate it. Have a good one.